Imagine you send someone a message. You wait. 5 minutes pass, then 10, then an hour. You check your phone again. Still nothing. Suddenly your brain starts creating stories. Maybe they're upset with me. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe they don't like me anymore. What's strange is that nothing has actually happened. No one attacked you. No one shouted at you. No one even said anything. And yet being ignored can feel surprisingly painful. Why? Why does a lack of attention affect us so much? To understand that, we need to travel back thousands of years. Today, humans live among millions of strangers. But for most of human history, that wasn't the case. Your ancestors lived in tiny groups, usually around 30 to 50 people. The same people every day. The same faces. The same voices. The same tribe. In that world, social relationships weren't optional. They were survival. These people helped you find food, protected you from danger, shared knowledge, helped raise children, and kept you alive. If your tribe accepted you, your chances of survival increased. If your tribe rejected you, life became much harder, sometimes deadly. Your brain evolved in that environment, and it never forgot the lesson. Imagine you're an ancient human. You tell a story around the campfire. Nobody responds. Nobody looks at you. Nobody acknowledges you. At first, it seems harmless, but your brain would see something else, a warning sign. Because social exclusion often started with small changes, less eye contact, less conversation, less attention. Your brain learned to watch for these signals. Missing them could have serious consequences. So natural selection favored humans who paid close attention to social acceptance. The result is a brain that constantly monitors its social standing, even today. Here's where things get interesting. Scientists have found that social rejection activates some of the same brain systems involved in physical pain. Why? Because from an evolutionary perspective, social connection was incredibly important. Pain exists to get your attention. Touch a hot stove and pain says, "Stop doing that." Break a bone and pain says, "Something is wrong." Social pain may serve a similar purpose. Its job is to push you back toward the group, repair relationships, and maintain social bonds. In other words, feeling bad when you're ignored isn't a bug. It's a feature. Your brain is trying to protect something it considers valuable, your connection to other people. The problem is that your brain still operates with ancient software, but the world has changed. Thousands of years ago, if someone ignored you, it was probably someone important. A member of your tribe. Someone you saw every day. Today, you can be ignored by a classmate, a friend, a stranger online, someone who didn't like your post, someone who never replied to your message, or someone who left you on read. Your brain often reacts as if each situation threatens your social standing, even when it doesn't. The ancient alarm system is still running, but now it's receiving far more signals than it was designed to handle. When information is missing, your brain hates uncertainty. It wants answers, so it starts filling in the blanks. Maybe they're angry. Maybe they're judging me. Maybe I embarrassed myself. The funny thing is that most of these stories are guesses. Your brain is trying to solve a mystery without enough evidence. And because humans naturally pay more attention to potential threats than positive possibilities, those guesses often become negative. The silence gets interpreted as rejection, even when the real explanation is much simpler. They're busy. They're distracted. They forgot. They're dealing with their own problems. Here's something most people rarely realize. The average person spends far less time thinking about you than you imagine. Not because they don't care, but because they're busy thinking about themselves, their own goals, their own worries, their own mistakes, their own lives, just like you. The spotlight that feels so bright is usually much smaller than it appears. Most people aren't carefully analyzing every message you send. Most people aren't constantly judging your behavior. Most people are simply occupied with their own world. So why do humans hate being ignored? Because your brain was shaped in a world where social connection meant survival. Being noticed often meant safety. Being excluded could mean danger. That ancient survival system still exists inside you, even in a world of smartphones, group chats, and social media. The next time being ignored feels surprisingly painful, remember this. Your brain isn't reacting to a text message. It's reacting to a problem that once mattered deeply to your ancestors. And that's why silence can sometimes feel louder than words.